Twitter?
You get no, I don't think it's not about whether you say dumb shit on Twitter. It's that anyone can say anything on Twitter. And so generally when anyone says a take or an idea, I try to not take everything with a grain of salt. I don't like literally see something on Twitter and go, that's exactly what that person believes in.
This is a dog shit argument.
Usually,
then
like,
why don't we go through these so I can clarify how serious you are?
If I can look at something and I go, oh, I think this person's like kind of shit posty or being memey, I just like don't care. It's
so
like,
first
whatever.
of all, first of all, then why don't we go through these tweets and you can tell me what you meant and what was memey or shit posting? And second of all, you're lying right now because you quote tweet me all the time. You quote tweet me or you take screenshots of me on Twitter and impugn my ideas constantly. The idea that you just play live and let live with Twitter conversations is factually incorrect. You play serious with them until somebody holds you to account for the stuff that you say. In which case, oh, it's Twitter. Oh, it's just hyperbolic. Oh, no. Let's talk about the ideas. Well, I want to talk about the ideas, but why don't we start that by clarifying what it is you believe in the context
but like,
of
here's
our
the
conversation.
thing. I don't. Okay, so let me back this up. How serious do you want to have this conversation with me?
I'm quite prepared to have a serious conversation about our
So
conversation.
if you want to have a serious conversation, then I would expect you to have the maturity to just
ignore the stupid shit you say on Twitter.
Well, if you want, like, I mean, I say stupid shit on Twitter. We'll say stupid shit on Twitter.
I will ignore everything on Twitter. I will drop the entire thing if you say these words. I say dumb shit on Twitter, and I do not want to defend it because it's not defensible.
Why are you boxing? Why are you boxing me into this corner? Why do I have to?
One or the other. It's defensible or it's not defensible. It's worth talking about
because
or it's not worth talking about.
That's not how basic communication works, or even implicitly implying any of the information.
Mel should just bite the bullet here. If Mel thinks that she says dumb shit on Twitter, and she's like, yeah, I say a lot of dumb shit on Twitter, it's not defensible. Mel should just bite the bullet here, but she doesn't want to give Vaush the optic one, I think.
Information that we looked at.
You're just go right ahead. So let's talk about this. So I said, yeah, we're going to boost their standard of living too. That's they being black people or people in the global south. We'll make the entire goddamn world richer is what we'll do, which I think is a lovely sentiment.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
How would we, the United States, how would we do that?
Well, I think it's the responsibility of American leftists to try to detooth our military-industrial complex and our intelligence agencies, which would allow countries in the global south to develop with a little bit more autonomy. We can also try to do things to, say, for example, rein in our politicians domestically by focusing national attention on domestic issues. Black Lives Matter would be a good example of that. The more our agencies are dedicated to addressing social unrest domestically, the less they can do so abroad, which means we have less of an ability to fuck with countries like Bolivia or Venezuela or whatever.
Okay,
so and that would be a good way to help.
So how do we tackle the military-industrial complex?
That has nothing to do with the conversation about degrowth that we're going to have and how to tackle the military-industrial complex.
Wait, okay, hold on. Vaush just said a whole bunch of stuff about domestic policy. And then Mel asked, okay, well, how does that deal with the industrial military complex? And then Vaush is like, well, we need to talk about degrowth. I feel like these are kind of connected, or if Mel wants to make the argument they're connected, that just focusing on national stuff doesn't necessarily take away our ability to have a military-industrial complex that profits off of whatever, if you're going to make that argument. I think both of these people are just really mad. Oh, actually, I don't know if, I don't actually know if the Mel person is really mad yet. I know Vaush is really, really mad in this conversation. It seems like he just wanted to do like a screaming match. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You brought it up, though. You brought it up, so I'm asking.
Do you want to talk about degrowth?
Yeah, but like you brought up, you listed the things that we could do. So how does?
Yes, I did. But you realize you could ask how fractally, and we could talk about any one subject forever. Now, I could have a conversation with you about the best way to address the military-industrial complex, but that would be a different conversation. If you want to pivot, you can do it the next time we talk.
This isn't a pivot. This is me just trying to like understand your framework, because I want to make sure that like I understand why you would specifically use the military-industrial complex as a solution to sort of push us in that direction.
I see you're unwilling to address the point that I made there, so I'm going to move on to the next tweet.
Wait, what the fuck? I don't even know what's happening in this conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking.
Mel, a conversation on the principles behind degrowth has literally nothing to do with the tactical strategy of addressing the military-industrial complex. These are not related.
I'm asking you politely for fucking brevity. I'm not trying to pivot. I am making sure that I understand.
What do you want to do with that information?
I just want to make sure that I understand your framework. Do you not know how frameworks work in conversation? I want to make sure I understand your worldview. So then when I ask my question,
that's not what a
that you can
framework
answer.
is.
You can answer. Well, yes, it is. I need to know what
Framework
your-
is ideological. You're asking me for pragmatic ways of disassembling.
That's not what Mel is saying at all. Oh my god. Dude, Vaush is so fucking mad in this conversation. He's just fucking going full steam ahead. Holy shit. Oh no. Wacky debaters.